this screencast is going to be sort of the 30,000 feet for humanity, the H-term humanities. I don't know at this point if I will keep this for the future courses or not. So right now we are in the age of COVID. This is all on. All the classes are online for this, for all the humanities classes. And most courses are online at Grayson College right now. And rather than cover every single thing in this intro video, it seems in the past when I've done that students wouldn't watch it all the way through. So I'm going to leave the more specific things, such as, how to deal with reading questions and responses and all that. And I'm just going to deal with the big picture stuff for the course, things that have gotten students in trouble. So first of all, this is, I call this the smorgasbord class, the chili sampler platter. All right, so that's not a whole lot of anything in great specificity. We're covering broad movements, mostly in the West, and we're going to talk about what the West means. You're filling language, culture, and philosophy core with this. So this class stresses breadth, not depth so much, and I'll explain at times when I'm going through sort of larger things that are happening in civilization and the resulting artistic productions. There are different theories about this. It usually breaks down when you look at a case or two in great detail. Okay, but so for the course, if you have not, download the Canvas app on your phone. It used to be called, I think, the Instructure app. Just have the Canvas app on your phone. And then if you already have it on your phone, you may want to revisit this. Go into your account, see where it says notifications here. Will you please make sure you have a push notification for things you want push notifications for. So typically for students is due dates, sometimes new course content, mostly due dates. When I have graded something, it will give you a notification. When you have submitted something, it is given a notification. Also, if messages are good, but a lot of you like emailing me or messaging me in a different place that is not a Canvas message, or right below the assignment, notice that that's a submission. Your submission comments have got to be enabled. So if you have messaged, we have some sort of message string going, and you'll sort of lose track of it because you think people, for whatever reason, people start looking for it in messages. It's not. It's a submission comment if it's started in that thread. And the other thing is, I think that'll cover it for this. But make sure you have this. Announcements may be a big thing if anything changes for the course, right? So have your announcements clicked on. Okay, so whatever you would like notified of, make sure you have that going. The other thing is, we want to initiate the Cengage book for this course in Canvas. So I'm skipping over a lot of things for the course right now because students jump immediately to this. Let me show you what I mean here. So if I think everybody knows how Canvas works at this point. Whatever you have published, and I'm about to publish this, will show. If you just have it start, if it doesn't show up in your menu, sometimes it'll be a little goof and you need to go through and just manually start if you have a course coming up, whether it's this course or another course. And what we want to do, everything is going to happen in modules, right? So we'll talk about assignments and all that, but all these assignments are going to show up in modules. So you want to run through the routine here. I don't think y'all can see the imports, but for the introductory module, one of the things we want to do is make sure as you are following this, we're going to talk about this other assignment here in a second, but the welcome to the course, I'm actually going to post this here. Common help phone numbers. This is including not just Canvas help, but Cengage help numbers. If it gets overtly technical, if you do have some sort of issue with Cengage, you need to go here. This introductory response is very important early on, even if you don't have book access. You're just answering yes or no to a lot of these questions. It's basically a statement that you intend to be in the course. And one of the things is to get Cengage book access, to upload it anyway. It's important for the census date, right? So Canvas app, that's a really important thing to have for notifications. And two, this introductory response, it's pretty self-explanatory when you open. It's just a few questions to ask. It's not like any of the other assignments. Just get something uploaded, even if you have to answer no, because that's you telling Grayson that when you intend to participate in the course. So therefore, you should not run into any financial aid issues in the future. If we end up going off the train tracks with financial aid, it is an absolute mess. So please get something uploaded from there. And then finally, this Cengage book. Click on it in Canvas. If you already have Cengage, right? Click on it in this Canvas shell. Try not to search for it in the Cengage world. I don't want to get overly complicated here. It's just realize that there is a different world that our course is linked to. You don't need to exist completely in the Cengage world and hunt for it there. Everything happens in Canvas, because if you click on it from our Canvas shell, it links it properly. For whatever reason, there seemed to be a I don't know, higher than you would think percentage of students that they'll get the Cengage access code, they'll sign up for it, and then they'll start hunting for humanities courses at Grayson. Don't do that, right? Then you're going to end up creating an account, and Cengage will have to reconcile you to the correct course, meaning our course right now. So if you just click on it from our course, instead of getting prompted and going to I got to create our new mod, but all of this will be here in a second. But you'll get the right number. You will be linked to our course. Okay, so the other thing about Cengage is realize that when you do this, never buy more than one Cengage Unlimited access. You're paying for time. So I think it's around $140, $120, $140 for 4 months, and then 180 or thereabouts for a year, 240 for 2 years. If you buy access now for 2 years, then you don't have to buy Cengage Unlimited again. If you have another course that uses Cengage Unlimited, you don't buy it twice. So if you take humanities right now, and then you take, say, composition 1 and 2 coming up in the fall, and psychology, general psych anyway, most of those have went Cengage. There's 3 courses there. Most of your business courses are Cengage. A few other academic disciplines are Cengage. Most of the workforce side of the house is Cengage. So it should save you a ton of money over your whole stay. All right, so there's all this linking that needs to help. There's what you need to know for the course, and then for right now at this sort of 30,000 feet level, this is what we're doing. We're covering a number of chapters where you need to read the chapter, you need to upload some reading questions, and then you're going to need to watch the screencast and then upload a response. So reading questions, typically a few questions. For this first one, I actually have too many. It's a little bit too spread out. It makes it easier to create words. So so breadth, and then to the extent that we can for a course like this, a little bit more depth. 250 words you are creating for each of these. Some students forget all of this from the introductory screencast. And notice that there will be a different word count for all these. That's because I have some of them are more questions, some fewer questions. All those words count. All you need to do is download it. It'll be the template, including the question. Just fill it in, save it to your desktop or whatever you like, and upload it. There's a bunch more stuff here early on to kind of help you get rolling. But as you can see, after you get rolling, it is pretty much just, you can just sort of preview the chapter, but here's the chapter proper. Then you're going to do the reading questions, watch the screencast, do the response. That's how, this is the majority of the course. Right? It is just this until after the first few chapters, the first 3 in the case of starting out. Then you will have a very short audio upload where you don't even need to make a YouTube or anything if you don't want to. It doesn't have to be visual. You can just record it on your phone. And then the course just repeats after this. So we're going to cover the ancient world, then all sorts of stuff in civilization, and then usually what the civilization is about, or what kind of art was produced in the why we came to have that kind of art, or why it seemed to anyway. Then we're going to do Middle Ages, and then we're going to get into the modern period, right? Meaning the broad definitions for all of these things. So one of the things that also causes student problems here at this early stage is you will see a cheaper option. Cengage is going to give you different options. If you don't sign up with the bookstore, I recommend get as long access as possible, but you say, well, I'm just going to be here through December. I don't see any other courses, so instead of opting for Cengage Unlimited, there is an option to get just our book, right? Which is in 2 volumes, but it'll give you an option for Culture and Values, and that is much cheaper. But this is going to be really frustrating for you if you pay for, you're saving some money, but not a whole lot of money just to get our book access. And then you get into, say, Composition 1 in August. And come to find out, Composition 1, it's also Cengage Unlimited, but your Composition 1 teacher is actually using 3 or 4 different books from Cengage because it's all free. If you've got or not free, for the unlimited access. Then you would have to, you're going to end up wasting money is the idea, realize. So once instructors go on Cengage Unlimited and get access to all of the books, well then, they're like anyone else. They say, well, wait a minute, this particular book has great chapters in this area, but now that I've been using it for a little while, I think I like this other book for this skill set or this content material or what have you. So when courses say Cengage Unlimited, right, man, just stay on the train track, stick with the routine, and just get that if you would. You're going to save yourself a lot of pain down the road. If you have any questions about that, message me or give me a call on 903-415-2502. And I want to keep this one short because in the past I've made some just monster screencasts, and I think people tune out after a certain point. So I'm going to go ahead and publish the course, and let's see if anybody has any questions for right now. The course will start on Tuesday.